is going on, guys? The Inside the Booth podcast, and today we were talking about the Giants' loss over the Commanders, 21-6. No touchdowns again this year. It's been tough, I have to say, watching the Giants in Week 1 every single year because it's always we get fooled, right? The Giants look fun, they look entertaining, vibes are high, and then they look like this in Week 1. I mean, this was the Commanders team today that did not play their best football. Tons of penalties. They had 12 today for, I believe, 80-plus yards, and the Giants didn't take advantage. And that's the problem. If you're going to be a good team in the NFL, when the other team isn't playing their best football, you have to take advantage of them. And the Giants didn't do that. I mean, the biggest drive when they had that field goal, but they had so many opportunities at the 1-yard line. They tried to run into a Scatterboo. They tried to run some weird route with Marcus Bell being the target. Just all around bad football, and that's what's going to make you lose 12+ games. I mean, you're going to win three games. Be that type of team you were last year if you're going to play like this every single week. The NFL is only getting tougher. Teams are only getting better. And the Commanders are a prime example. I mean, I said on the preview pod that you look at this game three-ish years ago, they don't have much hype. Both teams don't have much hype. Now the Commanders, they're trying to win a Super Bowl now, and if you told me that 3 years ago, I'd call you crazy. But Jaden Daniels is obviously the real deal, and their team is good. But today the Commanders did not look like their Commander-like team, right? A team that went to the NFC Championship. That was not the Commanders at all. But the Giants, they didn't want to take advantage of. They wanted to get off the bus today, play the game, and get the hell out of there. I mean, this is a side note. I mean, Jackson Dart, they didn't even let him take a press conference because I think they honestly just wanted to get on the bus and head back to their home, to their homes. And, I mean, that's the problem. I think the expectations, for the Giants are still where they need to be. I still think they could win games, but this team just did not look good today, and a lot of bad football. They couldn't run the football, just 2 yards a carry. 15 carries, 30 total yards. I mean, their leading back was their quarterback. Russell Wilson had their best runs. The runs for Tracy were just getting stopped at the line. He looked slow. I don't know. I don't know if that's just me or just, not being able to hit the gaps, but he didn't look like himself. And I mean, granted, the offensive line didn't do Tyrone Tracy any favors, but I feel like Tyrone Tracy looks slow. I feel like Bobby Okereke looks slow. Just 2 guys to note. The defense, we'll get into them, but, if there was, I guess we'll get into more of the negatives right now before I get into any sort of positives, because I do have some positives written down. It's not very much. But like I said, the Giants were not able to score a touchdown today, and they have not been able to score a touchdown since 2022 with the Saquon touchdown. I know Darius Slayton, all those type of guys getting into the end zone. The thing that I did like about the running back room was Cam Scatterboo. He was a highlight today, in my opinion. He had a nice block on a passing play to Malik Neighbors, and I know he didn't have many, running attempts, but like I said, the offensive line didn't do any favors for any running backs and didn't help out Russell Wilson either. The offensive line was terrible. I mean, on the stat sheet, only 2 sacks recorded. Russell Wilson was able to avoid a lot of them, which is why they were only recorded for 2, but I can only imagine the amount of pressures they allowed on, Russell Wilson. He was dropping back and then he's getting hit, or he's trying to chuck it up. Nobody's there. So the offense was not explosive at all, and I'm not shocked because the coordinator of the New York Giants, he plays scared, and he's very conservative, right? Quick passes, quick game a lot, and that's what we saw with Daniel Jones, right? I would think, you have an upgrade in Russell Wilson. I mean, say what you want about how Russell Wilson played today, but he is better than Daniel Jones. Now, I get it. Daniel Jones played fantastic today against the Dolphins. I mean, he looked like a completely different guy. 2 guys are in 2 different situations, right? With the Giants, they don't have an offensive line. The Colts have a better offensive line. And the thing is with Russ is that he could not get the ball out quick enough. And I mean, it stinks because you get rid of Daniel Jones, and then he looks good, and then Russell Wilson looks terrible, and then it looks bad in the organization. All of that. Starting James Hudson was terrible for this offensive line. I think Marcus Bow looked much better in preseason. I know, say what you want, preseason hype. I get it. But at some point, you have to throw out your best roster out there. And starting James Hudson, I get it. They paid him a decent amount of money to be depth, so you're not going to start him over a rookie. I get that. But at the end of the day, Marcus Bow is better than James Hudson in every category, I feel like. I mean, the fact that I even saw Marcus Bow run a wide receiver route today told me everything. I mean, the team just did not look competitive at all. They did not have the fight. They didn't have the vibes like they did in preseason. Now, I get it. Do not look at preseason and think that's going to correlate to the regular season. I'm not saying that, but they just didn't have that fight. They didn't have that vibes at all. And the Commanders played bad. And, they played, a C-plus game. I mean, if I had to give them an overall grade of how they played, it was not pretty. Jaden Daniels didn't play perfect. But Jaden Daniels did what he had to do. And, I mean, if you're going to play soft coverage, we are just going to dish it off. Quick curl routes, quick back to the quarterback routes. And we're going to beat you like that. And we're going to run the football very well. I mean, Jaworski Merced had a good game, had a touchdown. Austin Eckler, he looked good today. And there were some times that he should have been wrapped up. And the Giants can't tackle. And I feel like that's been an ongoing, reoccurring theme, is that under the Shane Bowen era, they can't tackle. I never liked Shane Bowen as a defensive coordinator. I wanted him fired after the Week 2 game where the Giants allowed only field goals and lost to the Commanders. But, yeah, another thing that I do have written down is that this wide receiver room is terrible. You can't just have Malik Nabers and think you are going to win this football game. Wan'Dale Robinson, I know, he looked flashy at times, but at the end of the day, if you're going to have 5-6 receptions for 40 yards, we can replace you. All of these receivers outside of Malik Nabers are very replaceable. Darius Slayton, did he even play today? He was terrible today. Obviously, Wan'Dale Robinson looked the better of everybody besides Malik Nabers, but it was still bad. The big thing is that with Wan'Dale is that you needed to take a step forward and be a reliable wide receiver too, because you need weapons on this team. Your tight ends are terrible. Theo Johnson looked like absolute dog crap today. Tons of drops, and these were not plays that are contested. He is all alone, and he's dropping the ball, and it's not like it was a bad pass. It's at his feet. It's over his head. This is right in the hands, and Theo Johnson was absolutely terrible today. Honestly, he should be moved down the depth chart, and Daniel Bellinger should be the starting tight end. You need an offense with multiple weapons. The broadcast kept saying it. Malik Nabers is going to get double teamed, and it's going to be very frustrating. So it's guys like Slayton that has to step up. Wan'Dale Robinson, I don't like what I saw today. I needed to see more. I need to see more runs after the catch. What did he have? He had 90 catches last year, but 600 or something yards. That is not good enough. Like I said, Slayton gets paid a good amount of money to stay here. Is not good. So where do the Giants go from here, right? A lot of negative coming out of this football game. Not really anything positive. I think the few positives are that, Brian Burns looked really solid. In my opinion, I did like his game. I liked Abdul Carter's game for what we saw. He didn't get, playing time until the 6th snap of the game. That just can't happen. You need to have Thibs, Dexy, Brian Burns, and Abdul Carter on the field at all times. There's going to be some situations and schemes that, hey, maybe Abdul Carter's out of the game, but we still have Thibs and Brian Burns, or you get it, right? Now, where do we go from here with Dallas coming up? This isn't really a preview, but Dallas did have a close game against Philadelphia, right? 24-20 was the loss, and Dak Prescott played a good enough game, but CeeDee Lamb had some drops and all of that. Blocking needs to improve, but the personnel will not change. Like when I say that, you're still going to have JMS at center. He's not good. John Runyon at left guard. He's not good. Greg Van Roten is way too old to be playing. He's not good. Jermaine Illuminor, I think, is much better than anybody on this team besides Andrew Thomas. But Andrew Thomas, we don't know if he's going to be ready for week 2. I mean, we knew there was some speculation that he wasn't going to play in week 1. We were right. He did not play week 1. Jermaine Illuminor is your next best option. I think you would rather have him at left tackle and be your swing tackle than James Hudson. And then that says, what do we do with Evan Neal? Evan Neal was inactive today. He didn't play at all, right? So, and I mean, this running game, as crazy as it sounds, you could have used Evan Neal in the running game because he's much better in the run game than the pass game. I would not be opposed to starting Marcus Bow at left tackle over James Hudson, assuming Andrew Thomas is not good to go. And that was the biggest question we had for Andrew Thomas. How many games are we going to get out of him? I wanted at least 13. I don't think we're getting that. He's injury prone, and a lot of people are honestly questioning the future of franchise tackle Andrew Thomas because he can't stay healthy. Where did the Giants lose today? I mean, everywhere, obviously. Play calling was terrible. I get it. It's tough when your offensive line is not blocking for you and doing any favors for Russell Wilson. But, I mean, the red zone play calling was horrific. I've said it multiple times now. You cannot have an offensive lineman in motion or trying to catch a pass. You re-sign Darius Slayton to catch footballs. You have Rondell Robinson to catch footballs. You have Malik Nabers to catch the football. The drives were terrible, except for the 2 field goals. But the first time you kicked the field goal, you had so many opportunities. It was like Washington was telling you, please score. I'm going to give you so many opportunities in the red zone to score. Giants don't take advantage. That's a bad football team. Bad football teams do not take advantage of the other team's mistakes. Washington looked at this game and said, hey, we didn't play great, but we put up 21 points and we were able to convert when we needed to. Jaden Daniels, I bet if he looked himself in the mirror, he would say, I didn't play the best of my football today. But we got it done. I was good in the quick game, and I used my legs when I had to. Props to him. Played a good enough game to win this game. This was a winnable football game. The Giants were down 14-6 for the longest time. And then they go 3-out. And then the offense disappears again. Nothing. No deep ball, no nothing. Just a whole lot of garbage today. And it's frustrating as a Giants fan who hasn't seen a week 1 touchdown since 2022. That hasn't happened in a long time. I mean, it's sad. It's really sad with how bad this offense is. I mean, 4 of 16 on third down. That's a 25% rate. Not even close to 50. I mean, looking at the stats here, 432 total yards for the Commanders, 65 total plays to the Giants, 62. But they had 200 more yards than you. Net rushing yards, 220 to 74 on 32 rushes. Giants had 23. Yards per rush, 3.2 for the Giants, 6.9 nice for the Commanders. Yards per pass was 4. Commanders was 6.4. You got sacked less than the Commanders, but I mean you also punted more. You didn't throw any interceptions. Jamie Gillum didn't have the greatest game in my opinion. I mean, I know it's saying a lot for a punter, but I didn't really like what I saw. But I'm not going to criticize a punter for the reason why they lost this game. You had less than, their penalties. So, I mean, that's a positive, but it's also a negative because you didn't take advantage of the penalties that Washington gave you. Time of possession, you beat them by a few seconds. You had 1 fumble, but Russ recovered. To wrap this up, the Giants didn't play good enough at all. The preparation, it's tough to say because you're going to be prepared, but it's what you do on the field. And the Giants, a lot of names could be called, a lot of guys to call out. Russ at the start, I mean, Brian Dable didn't say it, but we could get Jackson Dart much earlier than I would expect. I would have expected later on, maybe after those first 4 weeks, and when, assuming that, this is the situation that you lose to Dallas and then you're 0-4 because you lose to the Chiefs and Chargers, that's when I would say maybe they make the switch. But Russell Wilson, I said he played mediocre on my TikTok. He didn't play good enough to win a football game, but he also just didn't have a lot to work with. The offensive line was not good. This is another thing, right? Obviously, the Commanders scored 21 points. That is not going to be, enough for their standard. They think they could score a lot more than 21 points. Bobby Okereke looked like he was running in quicksand. The pass rush wasn't bad. Secondary was terrible. I mean, so many open throws across the middle with Deebo Samuel, Noah Brown, a bunch of guys. I mean, Terry McLaurin, I said in the preview, he is not going to be the one that's going to beat you down. It's going to be Jaden Daniels, and that's exactly what happened. If you watch the preview podcast, everything that I said happened today. If you don't win the line of scrimmage, you're going to get killed. If you don't contain Jaden Daniels, you're going to get beat. Jaden Daniels was running everywhere. I mean, Abdul Carter needs to be on the field more often. I mean, not playing until the sixth snap is a terrible look for a quote-unquote generational talent. This is the other thing that bothers me. Deonte Banks, first-round talent. Andrew Thomas, first-round talent. I get it. He wasn't a Joe Shane pick. But you know what I'm saying. Evan Neal, first-round talent. Did not suit up today. Jalen Hyatt, you traded up for the guy. Doesn't play. These are Joe Shane's draft picks that are not playing, and that's inexcusable. And I mean, it's because they're bad. It's because they're bad players. Deonte Banks does not look back at the football when he's guarding a wide receiver. I mean, just so frustrating. I mean, that's going to wrap it up. I don't have much else to say. And I mean, just a bad loss. Preview against Dallas is next for the Giants. But anyways, guys, leave a like, leave a follow, leave a comment on this game if you want. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.